The Virgin Mary is God's greatest creation. When he looked at how to lovingly restore the world to himself, it would involve a whole new creation. So before time even began, he prepared Mary. Filling her with his grace, she was then able to respond wholly, completely, and entirely freely to the saving purposes of God. Mary is the perfect disciple and the one whose vocation it is to help us respond to the life of her Son. As this statue here shows us, her life is given to showing Jesus to us. Because her whole existence is so intimately woven together into the saving purposes of God, all our devotion to Mary can only ever draw us closer to Jesus himself, to the fullness of God. Mary is the most beautiful gift of God to Christ's church. She is the perfect reflection of how to be a disciple of Christ, the Christ who chose to become incarnate within her body. Mary has an active ministry within the lives of all Christian people, with us and for us. She lifts up the concerns of Christian people and presents them to her Son, as we see in that wonderful event at the wedding at Cana. She prays for us, and she restores us to her Son when we drift away from the vocation that he himself has bestowed upon us. She helps us to remember the way her Son called us. Mary comes for you and will bring you back into the company of God himself, seen in the earthly ministry of Christ. Mary's ministry is a proactive ministry for all of us. It's an active ministry which is in response to the work of God. By inviting us to walk along the Christian way of life with her, by allowing her to help us in our faith, she clarifies the vision of God himself that our hearts and minds and souls long to know and long to see. She draws us more and more closely into the events of her Son's earthly ministry, his birth, his childhood, what little we know of it, his ministry right through until his passion, when he suffered and was crucified for us. And of course, the wonder of that first Easter, the resurrection and all that followed. Mary is integral to the Christian faith and its life. It isn't an add-on for those who may or may not like it, or may not have time for it. Devotion to Mary is essential for our growth and understanding of the relationship we are called to grow in and with God himself. We'll explore more about the place of Mary in the Christian faith and life as we journey together through this programme.